Hello everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Shy, episode 6, in which anything can happen, honestly. The previous episode 5, was very much slice of lifey, with a little bit of character development for Shy, for Black Star, or Lady Black, and yeah, and that's it. There wasn't even any combat, any fighting, anything of the sort, so yeah, anything can happen. There might be some fighting with Stigma, there might not be. There might be a new superhero, there might not be. Just as well, we might just have a day from Teru's life at school, and that's gonna be the episode, so who knows, really. We have an overarching plot, but we don't have a continuous overarching storyline, I guess. At least not yet. At least not yet, which I'm not sure what to think of, since we are halfway through the season and we still don't have, continuous plot that would go between episodes. I don't know, we'll see. I'm having fun, that's all that matters, I would say. So, what exactly happened in the previous episode? Teru met an old lady that she knew even before, and wanted to buy some stationery from her because she has a stationery shop. And the lady had issues with her legs or her back. Her back, I think. Later, Lady Black visited Teru to ask how's she doing, how are her injuries, etc., etc., etc. And Teru asked her to help the old lady. So of course she did. They went for a hike to the mountains. Teru, of course, had issues hiking because she's an indoor person. She doesn't hike. She doesn't go for walks. She just sits on her ass at home and doesn't really do any exercise or anything of the sort. She relies purely on her henshin to give her strength, it would seem. Then we got some backstory for Lady Black, right? How she lost her legs, she was confined to a wheelchair, and she decided that, hey, no, I'm not gonna let it defeat me. I'm gonna go hiking. I don't like it, I don't like mountains, I don't like hiking, but I'm gonna prove that to myself that despite all the hardships, I can keep going, I can go on. And she did. The big reveal was that she has prosthetic legs, and she is a superhero with prosthetic legs. You don't need complete body parts set to be a superhero, which was nice. It was nice to see some character development to characters other than just Shy. We got a little bit of that for Stardust. Now we got it for Lady Black. I wonder if Pepesha is going to get some character development as well. Probably, let's be honest here. And there's also some other heroes that are still unknown to us, like Li Mingming. We've seen her once on the TV. We haven't seen them since. And then the second part of the episode was character development for Teru. Writing spoke to her. Some kanji spoke to her that she saw hang on the wall at school by calligraphy club. The kanji for fire, flame, blaze, I think, something like that. And she discovered that she can use her powers by spilling her heart out, externalizing her heart, her feelings, her emotions. That's what calligraphy helped her with. She observed before that Lady Black is able to use her powers even if not henshined, and she wanted to replicate it. And by writing down the kanji for fire, she was able to set the page on fire, and she was able to unlock some mental pathway that will allow her to just use fire, use her abilities without needing to be henshined. I hope the calligraphy club people reoccur, that they happen to arrive. What the fuck am I saying? Sorry, I just woke from a nap. I might not still be I might not be working fully well yet. Yeah, I hope they are recurring characters, or that at least they appear every so often. They were fun to be around, and Teru could use some more friends. I was really hoping that she's gonna join the calligraphy club, but perhaps not yet. Perhaps not yet. Let's give her a little bit more time to, I know, to be able to talk with people. small little things like that. So there is no real like continuation to be had, no real continuity into this episode, so I don't know what's gonna happen. As I said, it could be a date with Iko, or it could be fighting Stigma head on. Could be both. Really, we have 2 parts of the episode, so who's to say? And I think that's it. So how about we just watch this episode, right? To do that, you will need your subs, of course, to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm also gonna have to ask you guys for your support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word. It costs you nothing and helps a lot. And with that out of the way, we can start watching Shy episode 6 in 3, 2, 1, go. Was that the figure of Pepesha transforming to the figure of Teru? Shy, rather? Signifying that Pepesha is her mentor? Or some such? Is this a recap episode? Please don't tell me it's a recap episode. Or is it like we're getting some recap? Who the fuck is Stigma? Because we spent so much time not in the main storyline. We spent yeah, okay, I see it. We spent so much time on those like slice of lifey moments with Iko, with Teru at school, etc., that we needed a reminder of who the fuck is Stigma. And who are the people in ice? Oh, that's good. Is he creating anti-heroes? Supervillains? Whatever you want to call them? Oh, this is the figure that Teru transmorphed into, I think. Anti-Teru? Dark Pepesha? I don't know. There are those like crystalline elements on them, on her. I'm assuming there's gonna be more. Blue crystals, blonde hair. It really kind of seems like some sort of an anti-Pepesha. Anti-spirit, rather, right? The hero name. Superhero name. Oh, no. Okay, so that's her. Some sort of a, I don't know, supervillain for sure, working under stigma. And there's the kanji, there's the calligraphy on her table. Jealous? Jealous. Or worried that she's not a part of Teru's world, right? Teru hangs around with the superheroes and Iko doesn't really have a way into that world. Yeah, probably. Right, she knows that she can't help Teru directly. I wonder if this is where we meet Li Mingming. Okay. Dress well. Although I guess the inner fire should save Shy from being cold. Right, the North Pole doesn't have its own hero. Oh no, whatever shall we do? Okay, so no consequences. uh, Unilord is great. Okay, some research station. I mean, do you see how she's dressed? Yep, it's Li Mingming. Mianlong. Okay, so Mianlong is which okay. Mianlong is the hero name and Li Mingming is the person name? No, of course, you'd like some wine. Maybe let's get inside first. Exactly, yeah. No, she's still drunk, just a different kind of drunk. Shy, you better start controlling your fire, because you're gonna freeze here. Or grab a code from the research base, something. Oh. Oh, okay. Another member of Shy's fan base. Huh, interesting. I fully expected Shy to be the, like, underdog here. Yep, that was Li Mingming. Maybe not when he's burning buildings. Okay, so very similar to Shy. Shy's not much of a fighter either. Okay, so it's a guy. Gotcha. No. I mean, can't disagree here. So he's a sleepyhead. Or did he have to, like, wake? No, he didn't have to wake up in the middle of the night. If he's from China, then I guess that. Can you even talk about time zones in the North Pole? Not really, can you? Well, hopefully you were fast enough. Yep, okay. Someone doesn't want you to be here. It's the awakened supervillain. I mean, you're correct there. Shy's heart is very warm. Okay, there we go. Fire control. Not really a victim, more like an accomplice. Yeah, it's rude to assume, isn't it, Spirit? Yeah, what's going on with Stigma saying that heroes kill people's hearts? Yeah, she's not being controlled. She's just a bona fide supervillain. Or bona fide? How do you pronounce it? It is, but not the same way like it was with Eco. I mean, you did take part in a battle and you did use your powers already with Eco, right? Then again, I guess it wasn't, a fight, but rather trying to save a friend. Kind of a different things. Don't dive in freezing water, you're not gonna be cold. That was quick. Okay. Pepesha for the win. Blizzard. No. Sveta. Yeah, you don't need to go there physically. You need radio. Can't you just talk to your bracelet? Or something? Talk to your... Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you can do that. uh... So warm. Oh. Someone we know? Or rather, someone Pepesha knows? Well, I hope that didn't hit her hard. We're getting 0 to 100 real fucking quick. Okay, I thought it's Pepesha broke herself out, but no. Frozen. Yeah, how are we going to stop her? You can't exactly therapy her like Eco, but I'm not sure if Shy would be able to kill someone. And you were lying, Li Ming Ming, that you cannot fight. You can fight. You can fight real fucking good. Okay, what's going on now? Dark blue eyes. Nope, not gonna be that easy. Ice versus fire is not really a fair matchup, is it? Okay, oh, that's cool. Put her to sleep. Sure. Is it even gonna work? Okay, surprising. I really thought that somehow she's gonna be invulnerable to like magic attacks and whatnot, but apparently not. I thought that maybe whenever she's hurt, those like crystalline things appear on her. That's why she touched her arms, and that's why it appeared on her cheek when Shy blasted her face with fire. Hopefully it didn't cause her body cells to burst. Freezing is pretty deadly. Whomst? Oh, Stigma. Hello. And someone. Okay, I thought Stigma is controlling water, but it seems there's someone else. Do you feel loved? Okay, weepy because the eye, not eye drop, tear. You're in no shape to fight right now, I'm afraid. Sister? Okay. Sure. Madokami, why don't you? A knight? An angel? What the flying fuck is going on? Amara Rirku. Okay, gotcha. So like a dream world thing magic? I don't know, man. Uh that's a very good question, actually. Oh, and that's the episode. Sure. Man, my mood today is really just baffled. Today I watched recorded Magia Records first season finale, and that was a mindfuck. Now this is also a mindfuck. Great. Just as I was saying in the intro that I'm not sure how they're gonna do that with not having any continuous storyline and whatnot, and just giving us some slice of life moments. Boom, right in the face. Here's the plot I wanted. Another different ED, it seems. This one with Stigma. Omake. Okay. See you next time. Absolutely. I'll be there. Guaranteed. I mean, episode 7 launched like today, I think, so yeah, I'll be there for sure. So, as always, we're gonna go through this episode again, but I need to close my window. Okay, we can go through the episode now. I thought it's the opening, but no, we started with this like weird, odd kind of sort of intro. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I guess it served both as a reminder because we did have a couple of episodes of just Teru hanging around with friends and growing in very non-combative ways, I guess you could say. And I guess it also served as a little bit of a filler because the Stigma arc, the North Pole arc, I'm calling it mini arc, I guess. They had certain amount of time for it, and they didn't want to stretch it to fill the whole episode. They didn't want to introduce another mini arc. They wanted to end it where it ended, so they just kind of padded the episode with this, I guess. But it's not just, any sort of useless padding. It actually makes sense as a reminder. There's a dark place existing in everyone's hearts that they do not want seen. Yeah. And that is exactly what Stigma reveals. The emotions. Make the darkness of their emotions lose control and turn them into monsters. What could his motive be? I mean, his motive is freeing the people's hearts, but what does it exactly entail, I wonder? They judge their... Yeah. What's up with Stigma's opinion on heroes? How do we interpret it? Heroes have killed many hearts. They judge their qualities, lock them away. The hearts that have nowhere to go anymore are yearning for the end of this world. I have no clue how to understand it. If being a hero was more widespread, then you could argue that having superpowers locks your heart, doesn't allow you to be your own person because you need to be a hero or something along those lines, right? You could have that understanding. If heroes were fighting some sort of a threat from outer space or whatever, some sort of monsters or what have you, then it could be understood as Stigma wants to save those monsters. But neither is the case. The heroes save people, and there aren't that many of them in the first place. So, heroes have killed many hearts, but they save them. They save people, not kill them. They judge their qualities, lock them away. Or is it like a... I don't know, sort of narrative of if those people were to die, then their loved ones would be grieving, they would be suffering they would be going through certain emotions. Their hearts would be under the influence of grief. And because the emotion of grief and sadness was judged as bad by the heroes, they stop people from feeling grief by saving people's lives. I guess that would be my one and only interpretation. Unless there's something more to heroes that we don't know. Unless those people locked in ice here were locked in here physically by previous heroes. Now that's a thought. Now that is An interesting thought. Shy doesn't know of this shady business. Pepesha maybe even doesn't know of it. Interesting. Where is my shy segment? There it is. There it is. There is more to superheroes. They locked super villains away in ice back in the day, which would make sense, I guess. It happened way back when. It's not happening now because all of the supervillains have been locked up, they've been judged, their qualities have been judged, and they've been locked away. Supervillains whose hearts are so passionate about what they're doing, so attractive to stigma. And the world entered a period of peace where nobody remembers the supervillains anymore. Superheroes are working out in the open, and they just save people in everyday regular crises. Stigma appears and notices that there are so many curious, interesting, passionate hearts locked up, and decides to free them. Free the supervillains. Something thereabouts? It would make sense. It certainly would make sense. The hearts that have nowhere to go anymore. We don't need to actually end this world, we just need to end the heroes. Right, because the heroes essentially spoil our fun. We want to externalize our hearts, we want to spill our emotions out, and the heroes lock us away. So we need to get rid of the heroes. Sure. Let's return the world to how it once was. It used to have supervillains. I think I might be onto something here. OP. The crystalline markings on her cheek are different than here. So this is just ice that was left on her face after unfreezing, and those are like actual marks that appeared somehow. Interesting. Iko seems, I don't want to say jealous, maybe jealous, but it seems to me more like she knows that she can't enter the world of superheroes, she can't help Teru directly, right? She can be her sidekick. Something like that, probably. Summoned by the Unilord, emergency request. North Pole, and we're meeting with Mianling. Mianling is the hero name, I think. And that's why you need help from us heroes. Yeah, because North Pole doesn't have its own hero. Mianlong, not Mianling, Mianlong. China's hero. Interesting that there is a superhero who looks up to Shy. Right? I really thought all this time I was under the impression that Shy is kind of like the bottom of the barrel. I don't want to say bottom of the barrel, but she's like the least experienced, the least strong, etc., 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 the least known. But maybe she isn't. It's just this sort of an illusion that was created because I know, but apparently at least Mianlong knows her. Emergency signal. Research vessel Dimitri hit a large ice floe. Yeah, it's really interesting that Shy has a fan even in the world of superheroes, because in like civilian world, let's just say, sure, absolutely she would have some funds. In Japan, outside of Japan as well. I mean, Iko's brother, right? She has plenty of people who look up to her. But as far as superheroes go, you'd think that people look up to Pepesha, to Lady Black, to Stardust. Shy? I guess only people like Mianlong who don't want to fight. Yeah, the situation was dealt with, but I had to fight to deal with it. And places were burning. I had to fight. I had to punch some people. I would like to learn your ways. I would like to learn the ways of therapy. I would like to save even the victims. Cool. And I guess Shy really would be the only one superhero that we know of, at least right now, who would be able to reasonably teach someone that, because the rest just relies on sheer combat strength. I'd rather just save people without fighting bad guys. Yep. And of course, classic Otokonoko. Can't go wrong with that. Sea ice is in strange shapes. And boom, thankfully superheroes were on board. And here appears... what's her face? See something? Did she introduce herself? Later on, I guess. I wonder what's the deal with her. Is it actually like super villains, or is it... I don't know, man. This episode really caught me by surprise. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that the general plot of this show, at least for a while, is going to be villain of the week kind of sort of thing, right? Someone gets Stigma puts a ring on someone, we need to defeat that someone. And there's going to be at least like 2-3 more cases of that, and only then will the real plot start kicking in. Well, apparently I was sorely mistaken. And we get introduced to not really a third party to the people we have so far, but do I call them Stigma's allies? Stigma's goons? Stigma's subordinates? I'm not even sure what do I call them. And at the end, we also get introduced to a dream world, which is just, sure, lay it on me, why don't you? 165 centimeters, 55 kilo, unknown blood type, unknown age, nationality unknown, likes unknown, mysterious boy who wants to free all the hearts in the world. Flames are warm indeed. Yeah, thankfully Pepesha is fast, because it could have ended really badly for Shy. Cvieta. Does it translate to Cviet? World? The world? Cvieta? Something derivative of the world? I'm not sure. First thing that came to my mind was Zvezda from Sekai Seifuku Bokatsu no Zvezda, purely like phonetically wise. But then there is Tsviet. Yeah, word in Russian is Tsviet, isn't it? Let me check that just to make sure. English to... Where is Russian? There it is. Tsviet. Mir. Yeah, sure, Mir is one translation of it. Sviet. Not s. Sviet. So it doesn't really work with Tsvieta. That's Tsvieta. Okay, Tsvieta. Colors. Is the pronunciation correct? Tsvieta, yeah. Tsvieta, colors. So her name is Colors. If Google Translate is to be believed, of course. Hello, Tsvieta. Welcome to the cast. And this was all a trap, of course. Now, this is weird. She's just like you. Pesha. Why would that make Pepesha waver like that? Now, my first immediate thought, this moment, someone who Pepesha knows. Perhaps a sister, perhaps a friend, perhaps a former partner, someone that Pepesha knows but doesn't recognize for some reason. What would they be doing? What would she be doing frozen in ice though? If she's someone that Pepesha knows. I don't fucking know, man. Yeah, this episode really went 0 to 100 real quick. Last episode, we are hiking through the mountains and having fun with calligraphy. This episode, people are on the brink of death. Shit. And I really didn't expect Teru here. I really didn't expect Teru to just fucking go for the head. I really didn't. I really thought she's gonna be, you know, wavering, right? Attacking, but not really wanting to attack, not wanting to hurt the opponent, because maybe we can talk it out, maybe, right? No, zero hesitation, just fucking fireball to the face. Die, bitch. I really did not expect that. It's great. Yeah, those markings appeared. I really like you, you're warm. Yeah, makes sense. She seeks warmth, and Teru has a lot of warmth. That pattern on her cheek, ever since that appeared on her cheek, she somehow feels even creepier. Are those Stigma's eyes behind her? Is she getting charged by superhero powers? Something like that. She's been frozen in ice for who knows how long, and now she needs to recharge her energy by being attacked by superheroes. Maybe. I'm just gonna call them supervillains. Supervillains need to charge with superhero attacks. Oh dear, I'm tired now. Right, this was cool. Mianlong's attacks. No, it happened later, didn't it? Yeah, later. Glowing eyes. I have no fucking clue what's the deal with her. And yeah, as I said, ice versus fire, not a fair matchup. Fire will win for the most part, most of the time, 9 times out of 10. And yeah, Teru does well as a support, not letting her fire her weapons, her ice. Dragon Sleeping Fist Hard Shift style. Of course, it's a Chinese martial art, so it has to have a name like that. All that's missing is for Li Mingming to drink some elixir before getting into the fight and brag about being 7th ring martial celestial or whatever. We would have full wuxia, or however you pronounce it. That's a really cool attack. I really like characters who fight with like oversized gauntlets or claws. And it doesn't hurt, but it puts you to sleep. And she touched her arm here, so I really thought that the effect is going to be, instead of getting damage from an attack, just this marking appears. And she's gonna have markings on her arm. And that's gonna stop the attack. But she probably was just checking that, hey, I was sliced with claws and my arm is still attached, so what gives? Going to sleep. Is she really affiliated with Stigma? That's actually a very good question, now that I think about it. Because it seems like Stigma told her that she can get warm after she kills heroes. Which makes me think that perhaps Stigma is controlling them? Right? She is forever cold, she wants to be warm, and Stigma says, hey, kill those couple of guys, you're gonna be warm for sure. I promise. And she just believed it and went to fight. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on here. And then a water supervillain. And Stigma himself. You've already awakened. Yeah, so it really seems like getting those marks somewhere on the face, you get those marks after you get into a fight with a superhero. So he set her up here so that she can fight, get hit, awaken, and then we move out. Then we move out. Then we withdraw. The goal has been achieved. She's been awakened. We have no need to fight anymore. We're gonna be back when we assemble full task team or whatever. Yes, I'm Stigma. Weepy. Weepy has already been awakened as well, it seems. This was another, like, 0 to 100 moment. I really thought Stigma is just going to walk away and disappear in the darkness, in the snow, but no. Open a rift in reality? Why don't you? Absolutely. Into the fucking Wonderland. I wonder what should it be. Eyes crying with black tears. Something easy to remember but also mysterious. I really thought it's gonna be something to do with. It's gonna have something to do with Wonderland. Maybe the Oz place. What was the world called from the Sorcerer of Oz? Sorcerer of Oz, is that title? With Dorothy and Lion and Tin Man and all those people, right? Did it even have a name? I don't know. No matter the era, it'll be the same thing, the same form. So that you'll all love it. And then we get introduced to more characters. It kinda seems perhaps like it's been spanning eras, literally, as he says. We have a knight here. Perhaps he actually comes from medieval times. and superheroes and supervillains both date back as far as humanity itself. Perhaps Stigma is older than humanity itself even. Wouldn't surprise me. We have an angel with a CD above her, with multiple CDs actually. Those aren't wings, those are CDs. And everybody has a different symbol. Amarariku. The ones who dream. I have no clue about the significance of that. I have absolutely none. Stigma. And the Omake. And that's it. That's the episode. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm really getting confused left and right today. But most of all, I really did not expect Shy to kick into gear this much, this early. I really didn't. The reveal that Stigma has an entire organization of the ones who dream, dreamers, I guess I'm just gonna call them. That's something for later. It really seems to me like that. Now, mind you, it's not something negative. I don't dislike it. It's just odd how we haven't really spent any time doing the monster of the week kind of shenanigans. We just go straight up, this is the true villain, this is who we're dealing with. There are no, monster of the week to handle. We're just jumping straight to the meat and potatoes of it. I don't dislike it, but it's really interesting that they decided to do that. Now, I can't help but wonder where the story is going to go from here. And what the structure of it is going to be and everything like that. Because if it was Monster of the Week, it's easily predictable how it's gonna go, right? But with this, you really don't know. Maybe it's kind of built to be not a monster of the week, but rather we need to go through all of the generals of the big bad and eventually get to the big bad, right? First we have to defeat Weepy, then we have to defeat Svieta, then we have to defeat this one and that one, and finally, eventually, we can go after Stigma himself. But this show's proven it plenty, that it doesn't care about the classic structure and the classic timeline of how those things go. So it really wouldn't surprise me if now we were to see someone with a ring, and Teru will have to save them, and then we might have Stigma try to capture another frozen supervillain, and we need to deal with that. And then it's gonna be 2 episodes of Teru being on a date with Iko, and anything can happen. Anything can happen. That's good. That's unpredictable. I like it. I really did like this episode. Good action, cool stuff happening. I really didn't expect Shy to be this much of a badass, I'm gonna be honest. I fully expected her to just cower somewhere and not be willing to get to fight, to combat, but she surprised me positively, so that's good. That's cool. Good episode. Good episode. Enough said. I'd say enough said. So if that's enough said, then I think I'm just gonna end this episode. Really. Good shit. But you guys, you tell me, how did you like this episode? My reaction, my theories, stuff like that in the comments down below. No spoilers, please. Spoilers can go to my Discord here and also in the description it's linked. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Shy but also Magia Record, Shield Hero, Helck, Shangri-La Frontier, plenty of others coming in the future. Click the bell to be notified when I go live, because I stream sometimes. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me directly on YouTube via memberships, super thanks, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, we follow that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without Anetic, Survivor, Zayrener, Aquamancer, David, Dr. Watt, Marsh, Gale, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them without having to be frozen in ice.